Hey, what's up everybody and welcome back. Now, I would not be back on the video scene unless I tackled a topic that everyone was talking about, but just from a different angle. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I am literally the only person in the credit card sphere who is not irritated with or contemplating getting rid of my American Express Gold Card. So you already know what we got to do. Let's talk to my co-star, then we'll get into it.
Welcome back to my dad's channel. If you're new here, make sure to click that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to share.
So I'm not going to make any bones about it. I am an AMEX loyalist, fanboy, super fan, whatever. I like the company. I like their brand. I like their cards. Maybe not the annual fees, but I understand the utility of the annual fees in order to keep the quality of the product that I enjoy so much at a higher quality. Now, lately, you've been seeing a lot of videos about people either canceling or contemplating canceling the Gold Card because, oh my God, it's so inconvenient. Oh no, there are other alternatives that I can do and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. But, you know, there are just certain ways that ties change with popularity. Like, for instance, all of a sudden now the Chase Sapphire Reserve is not getting the credit which it has been due for years, especially in comparison to the weak Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is its little brother. Even though both cards need a refresh, but that's another video for another day. So there's no reason for me to keep going on about this, but let's just get into the absolute reasons why I'm not getting rid of my Gold Card. It just simply isn't going anywhere. So first and foremost, I eat. That's literally the technical explanation as to why I'm not getting rid of it. This card is an industry leader and super strong on generating points from food purchases, from restaurants worldwide getting 4x, and from grocery stores getting 4x and MR points, which are some of the most versatile points in the credit card space. AMEX has the largest number of transfer partners, which by default makes their points the most versatile, regardless of what aggregate value that any website may put on them. You can actually do the most damage with them because you simply have the most options. They're accepted at the most places. Now, speaking of that, because I eat, and because the people around me have enjoyed eating, it's a habit that we picked up throughout our lives, this card will always and forever be a points generating machine. If you just simply use it for your food purchases, that's it. The only hiccup has been the confusion with the grocery multiplier, especially in relation to superstores like Super Targets and Walmarts. But we've covered that, and we've already figured out what should code it as a grocery store. If you need to be reminded, understand that a grocery store primarily sells food, normally has an on-site pharmacy and or bakery. If you have those things, all three is great. Two, you're kind of pushing it. But for the most part, like Aldi would be, you know, an exception because they primarily sell food, but they normally don't have pharmacies and bakeries on site, but they are a grocery store. But that is pretty much it. And they're for US grocery stores. So as long as you know that Walmart Neighborhood Market codes as grocery, but Walmart doesn't, you're in the clear. 4X all day long. So the credits. Okay. You pay a higher annual fee up front at $250 a year. Yes, that's not just 2 nickels to drop in a bucket. $250 a year is still $250 a year. And let's face it, we're not all rich, or else we'd have black cards. But you are prepaying for $240 worth of value each year. Now, most people would like to say it's a quote-unquote effective annual fee of $10. No, it's not effective if you forget to use the credits. Effective, it's $250 if you don't mess this up. So that's a little asterisk and star that everybody forgets to put in. But you are prepaying for $240 a year in credits that are not difficult to use if you simply eat. That's it. Most people would say, oh, well, Chad, you're married, so you have reasons, you have date nights you can do on the first and whatever and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, but even if you're single, once a month, grab a Grubhub. Go pick it up on your way to work, on your way from the gym, on your way to school. These are things that can be incorporated in your life with actually very minimal effort, but everyone is pretty much complaining about this because in this day and age of literally instant gratification, the fact that you literally have to click something 3 times it's really serving to be quite the problem for the community at large. But it's not a problem for me because I like value, and these are things that I do anyway. Another thing is that this card can be incorporated with no annual fee cards to a very effective end. For instance, the Gold Card, which gives you $10 in Uber credits every single month, January through December, works very well with the Capital One Saver One, which gives you a complimentary Uber One membership until November of this year, which was extended before, and I have no doubt that they'll probably extend it again. That is great. You get a Uber membership, which gives you elevated Uber cash back on your Uber orders and discounts, which incorporates with free Uber dollars that Amex gives you every month. You can't really argue with that. It actually becomes a great tool in your arsenal when you're talking about, oh, the credits are so hard to use. Well, get an annual fee card that costs you absolutely nothing, and now you double your cards without raising your outlay at the beginning of the year and still get a powerful tool to use with a very, very popular rideshare / food delivery service. Now, of course, this being an Amex, the majority of Amex cards do not have any foreign transaction fees. Now, as you've seen on my channel, I love taking international trips. I am all about that international life, and it's great to not have the headache of flipping through cards, especially when I want to eat, because this also ties into yet another reason I'm not getting rid of the card, is that the restaurant credits work worldwide. It's not just in the US. Anywhere that has a restaurant, if you want to get tapas in Guatemala on a once-in-a-lifetime trip, or you want to eat pierogi somewhere when we finally become friends with Russia, if you want to have real, actual Chinese fried rice in real, actual China, as long as they code as a restaurant, you will get the 4X. That works just great with the fact that there are no foreign transaction fees. And also remember that I told you this, that whenever you are dining worldwide, if they offer to convert your currency for you, always refuse, get it in the local currency. That way they don't sidestep your no foreign transaction fee card. Another thing is that even though the Amex Gold is a food card, it still bolsters travel. And now it does so for people who may not be avid travelers with the hotel collection. You gain access to the hotel collection through American Express of boutique and bespoke hotels that you have to book a minimum of 2 days at, but you are guaranteed $100 experience credit while you're there. Chances are, because Amex is awesome and the travel portal is awesome, when you book things like how you book it through FHR, most of the time, if you have a rewards program, it will actually be a pass-through through the Amex travel program, and your rewards will work on site, which still gives you like a lot of versatility. It gives you a lot of options that you can do on site. That is a beautiful thing. That is what we want. We want these things to work on site, and you have access to the hotel collection that comes with the card. Now, finally, the last thing, the last reason I am not getting rid of the card, the last reason, not only am I not getting rid of the card, I tend to suggest the card to a lot of people, especially those trying to get into the MR points earning sphere that are a little more upmarket that can afford it, is that this card gets 3X on travel bookings. Yeah. No one ever talks about that. 3X on flights booked directly with the airline or through Amex Travel means that this card, okay, you take a 40% haircut from the 5X of the Platinum card, but the Platinum card is not for everyone because everyone is not a dedicated traveler. More people tend to eat than frequently travel, if you know what I'm saying. And this card actually covers 3X on plane tickets. No one ever mentions this. As soon as you hear Gold Card, you hear food, you hear restaurants, you hear groceries. That's all you ever hear. But this card actually has a 3X multiplier. And I keep repeating it just to remind you that this card is not just primarily a food card, just like the Built card is not just a rent card. Marketing is extremely powerful, and the marketing that is and is not driven by Amex can really affect the community. Now, in addition to that, there are travel protections that are associated with this 3X multiplier. Like you have back protection, you have trip delay insurance. So it's not like it gives you a multiplier and then kind of, leaves your legs unprotected like the City Prestige. So you actually have a card that gives you a multiplier if you are not a monthly business analyst traveler, But if you want to just book a ticket and still get some of those juicy, versatile MR points. So that's it. These are all the reasons that I have why my gold card is not going anywhere. It pays for itself each year in just sheer points generation alone. I prepay for $240 worth of credits every year, so they're mine to lose, not mine to gain. So, I mean, there's no reason for me to get rid of it. So now, not to go against the grain with anybody else, I've seen some great creators on here decide to get rid of it, decide to contemplate on whether to get rid of it, and they ask themselves if it's worth it every single year. Well, for me, you will never see that video because it is worth it for me every single year unless I have a catastrophic loss of income and I need to tighten my belt. There's no other reason for me to get rid of the gold card. So now, thank you so much for joining me for this version. I'm going to do my pointy thing like I normally do because I want you to watch some of the videos I've done on the gold card and other cards that may not be the darlings of the credit card community, but they are great for me. Thank you so much. Once again, please leave your comments in the comment section because don't forget, I still love my interaction. I've come off a string of live videos. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.